buddy.
Man, those are gonna look so cool.
Yeah, the beauty rings and caps must be coming in the next order.
Yep.
Sweet.
What?
There's 8 of those. That makes me happy.
8 lug. Oh. Wow, such pretty sounds. You're such a musician.
It's true.
Freaking greatness.
I like the color.
Me too. Oh my god, they're so big. Oh my gosh.
Man, most people would have put like 24s on this thing though. It's not my jam. Those are gonna be cool.
Those are gonna be so neato.
I'm really glad we didn't get like bright white.
Yeah, the cream is nice.
That matches the paint well.
So good. Wow. Garfield's gonna be just too cool. Going to get these puppies mounted. Oh my gosh, so excited. Garfield's actually gonna have a real fuel tank. This is so good. We got this rig from LMC, and we got the pickup tube and the sending unit all right here, so this is going to be quick. Sweet. That thing's in there. Now we're really just test fitting this because our matting for the inside of the cab is supposed to arrive later today, so we're not going to fully install it yet. We're just testing it out. There we go. Man, that stuff looks awesome.
Yeah, that's 2 pieces actually. Yeah. Cool.
We got all this stuff from Wire Care.
Yeah.
Man, they have all kinds of thicknesses. We got one that was on the thicker side.
Nice.
And it's tacky.
Tacky.
We're able to stick to the cab.
Yeah, we're going to do the floors. We're going to do behind the cab where the gas tank is. The firewall has original, like thick stuff. I think we'll leave that alone. We're going to take the skins off the door, do the outside of that, and cut down on some rattling. We've got to grease the tracks anyways, and also, what else are we going to do?
We have window felts and window rubber.
That's
and
it.
stuff.
Yep, window felts.
Yeah.
It's going to be new.
Dang,
Better than
Garfield's
new.
going to be so good. Gonna make it so nice in here. 1, sound deadening, and 2, it's gonna keep our cold AC in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They always putting carpet in.
Yeah.
Look at all that dirt on my new carpet.
That's from your feet. You did it.
I didn't do that. I would never do that.
You did it, babe.
Basically, we're just cutting around all the various things that have to go in the cab.
We have a gas pedal again. Cool. That's tricky. Wow, this looks awesome!
Nice. Cool.
This is awesome. Oh, this is great. Okay, we are getting ready to back Garfield out of the shop. Use Zeus to back the utility bed back onto the lift, pick the utility bed up, and bring Garfield back in to get the bed put back on. Okay, it's time to pull this thing out of the shop. When it cranks up, it's gonna blow your eardrums. It's pretty freaking loud. Open headers, we don't have exhaust on it yet. But the most important thing that we need to make note of is if the dang clutch works and if it moves. So I'm excited about that.
Back bumper.
Looking great.
Cool.
Oh.
There we go.
I don't know where to stop.
I know.
Oh, I see weight on the bumper now.
Yeah, I felt it log down. Those are tucked.
Oh man.
That's good.
It's so cool seeing the service bed low like that. I mean, look how low it is. Like, well, even the cab, like the door handle being here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's low. It was like up here. It's like this high.
Yeah.
It seems like, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty high. I love it. We've put so much time into this truck, and it's finally time to see the new wheels and tires on it. I think we're just gonna be lazy and snap our fingers and have this done. What do y'all say? Dude, look! This looks freaking awesome. Wheels change the vehicle so much. Detroit Steel makes these D-Town wheels, and man, are they awesome. They have the optional beauty ring already installed and the dog dish center caps. If you look closely, you'll see that the offset in the front is different than the offset in the back. A wise one would switch them, but somehow we got our math messed up and our wheels for the back were actually too wide to clear the bed. So we stuck them up front because we knew we had a lot of clearance both from the fender and the actual ride height. That's as low as we can get. Garfield, that's like on the bump stops right there. So back here, there just wasn't enough clearance for the tires and the width that we chose. So it was like, shoot, man. Right now, we have 2 weeks until Power Tour, and it's about 1 a.m. right now. First thing in the morning, I'll be emailing Detroit Steel to see if there's any possible way that they can get us a new set of back wheels out. But if anything, we're at least hitting the road with the reverse offset and taking the truck on Power Tour. Wheels will not stop us. This is goofy, but it will do just fine. There's way more important things to worry about. I love this combo. Man, these wheels look sharp. I can't stop looking at them. So we gotta do a lot of work. We gotta install the actual air ride system, the operating system in the bed of the truck, all the sensors and all that good stuff. So there's wiring to be done, more kinks to work out, obviously with the clutch and bleeding the brakes and all that good stuff, but we'll get it done. Power Tour's coming up. But man, these wheels look awesome. this is the heart of the air ride system. This is RideTech's AirPod. So it's all your normal air ride junk, the pumps, the solenoids, the air lines that go down, but this is the secret sauce right here. These are the sensor outlets that go to each four corners of the truck to measure ride height and the pressure in each of the bags, which is really cool. This is the little computer here that controls all of the digital, you know, wonder that's going to take place, because we're also going to have a wireless control Bluetooth panel on our phone where we can control what ride height the truck is at. So that's going to be so killer. We're so excited to mess with it and tinker with it and act like we know what we're doing when we install it, because as a reminder, we're newbies. We are not professionals. We've never installed a kit this badass before. So I think it's time. I'm at least gonna start. I'm gonna bolt down four corners with just some Tech screws just to get it exactly where we want it. Then we have to drill holes for each of the air lines that go down, and then a big hole, you know, ish, down here right underneath all of the wiring, so that we can send the wiring down under the truck and out to each four corners. So that's the plan right now. I'm gonna go figure out exactly where it needs to be to center it in the back of the truck and get this thing installed. It's gonna be freaking great. I have measured right where we want it to be. It's totally centered, and we have 4.5 inches from the back of the box to the actual bolt up situation. We've got plenty of room to drill our holes for our airlines and our hole for the wiring to go down under the bed. So I'm getting ready to mark where we need all these holes and make it work. I got the holes drilled for the airlines, for the wiring, and for the actual bolt-up situation, and now I'm going to take my airline and route it from each bag to each airline that goes up to the tank. So I'm not exactly sure how much I'm gonna need when it comes down to it. They sent us a ton of it though, so I'm gonna get underneath there and figure out what lengths, get it all installed onto the actual airline, and keep on going with this process, even though I'm a little kooky. Well, we retired last night. We got tired. We got the rear airlines installed and up to the tank. And now we've got the front end jacked up, and we're pulling off the front tires so that we can access where we need to install the sensors. Because once we run the wires to all four corners, we'll be able to install the sensors, and I think the suspension will be done. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited. So progress is happening. We just had like this temporary union situation in the middle to where we could operate the airbags. But now that's got to come out for the real deal. I'm on my last bolt, pulling the bolts out from where the bag bolts up at the top of the control arm. So I thought I could get to the top of the air fitting without taking it all apart, but it was kind of a situation of work smarter, not harder kind of deal. So I'm just popping these bolts out, lower the top of the bag down, put the new air fitting in, or the air hose, and then bolt it back up. That's the plan. Had them good and tight. Okay, I can get this in there. Okay. Push this guy in to release it, and it should pull out. Woo! There it is. Perfect. Once I finally got a good push on it. These things are so cool. Aaron was telling me that all the big 18-wheelers, you know how they all run airbag systems, they've gone to these fittings. The newer generation trucks go to this style fitting. So this little gray piece pushes in and releases the line, but when it's out, it locks it in, man. You cannot get it out. So that's a really, really cool fitting. It's a great, great piece. It's really cool. Awesome. Okay, let's get our permanent airline in here. Ah! There it goes. Pushed in, and let me give it a good tug to be sure it's locked in. Yeah, you cannot pull that thing out. Cool. Okay. Okay, we figured out our routing for the airlines, and it's kind of different than I would imagine. We're going to crisscross them, so because I went over the lower control arm on the passenger side over there, the airline is coming out pointing toward the driver's side of the truck. So I'm gonna crisscross. I'm gonna take my airline over to the driver's side frame rail, and then on the driver's side I'm gonna take it over to the passenger side frame rail. So I think that'll work really nicely. Keep it away from the header, all that good stuff. So that's the plan. Got a nice clean cut there. Send it up through. Are you getting into the bed, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm looking to see which one's which. Okay, you're going to be going to the
far right.
far right.
That's what I thought. You ready for me to push, Aaron?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Pushed my grommet out. All right, we're pushing this airline straight into the air tank up there. You ready for me to give it a tug?
Yeah, see if it's...
Yep, it's good. We gotta get these grommets placed in here better. They are so junky. This bed is really thick, and man, the underside of this bed is just so dirty. We're gonna have to work on making sure that these airlines don't get punctured and rubbed holes in, because that looks really rugged. Add it to the list and we'll make it happen. And here's our hole for our wiring, which we didn't realize we were going to drill into a portion of the frame of the bed of the truck, but they will still work. Get a big something to seal this up, clean it up, make sure it's happy and safe, and we will be rocking and a-rolling.
Emily's been working on running our hoses back to the AirPod, and I just kind of temporarily ran the wires up here so that we could, I guess, make it work, and then we'll permanently terminate the wires, case them, and all that stuff. It's pretty simple, it looks like. We have one main 12 volt that goes back that'll hook directly to the battery, and we have an accessory, and I'll just come up here and go into my cab, run that off the fuse panel, and we should see if the stuff works. And once it works, we'll permanently install that stuff. We have to install the ride height sensors, and I was reading the instructions. There's an arrow right here. These two things line up, and that's the neutral position. So I've jacked our control arms up to the position that they'll be riding when we're going down the highway. And then they also said the further out that you can get this arm that goes down, the more movement you'll have on this little sensor, so the more accurate it'll be, so you can fine-tune the suspension a little bit better. So I've already done one side. I know that I can get this all used. Not going to have to cut it off or anything. So the sensor is going to mount to the frame right here, and then they've got this really nifty little bar that goes down, and it'll bolt to the lower control arm. And this thing's kind of bendy, so even if the top doesn't line up perfect with the bottom, you can bend it down, and you can have these also in different positions. So if the control arm's moving like that a little bit, it's not going to affect it.
That system is greatness.
Yep. It's pretty cool. It's really cool when you've got a truck like this where there's ample room to mount these sensors. So the instruction said that these two screws right here are kind of your guide as to whether or not it's traveling too far based on this arrow. So we went all the way up and all the way down, and it stayed within those two screws. So best I can tell, the sensors are set up right. We should try it out.
Okay, so we want left front. So here it is. Okay. This is the one. Okay, if you want to send it up. I've got it.
Send it.
Left front.
Are you ready?
Send it on up. Sweetness. Okay, Aaron went and got me a paper clip. Going through the process here of downloading our app.
Look at this.
The bag, each bag pressure.
Let's put some air in
Is it gonna do it?
the driver front. We'll find out right about now.
Oh my gosh.
Man, you gotta feel it. It's fucking
No
cool.
way!
Tap the up button on the back.
My heart is racing. Why is that so cool and
Get it.
weird?
It's even more cool when you get it.
Stop it! Oh God, that's loud. Finley's like, what the hell? I know, bud, it's loud, right? It's okay, it's just freaking me out too a little bit. Wow, okay, here we go. Oh my God!
Let's go up.
Okay.
Let's go up. That's cool.
It's gonna be loud again.
That's so loud.
It's really loud.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an update. The calibration process took place on my app, and now it's time to set our presets, which is really exciting. Aaron ran to the store and got dinner. Chicken. It's freaking delicious. And Garfield, that whole calibration process was crazy. It was testing all the sensors, and it would go up and down and side to side, all wild. It was really cool. But now I gave Leanna my phone because it feels so cool pushing the buttons and seeing each corner move. So Erin's getting the ride height all perfect on each corner, and she's pushing the buttons, and I'm just stoked. And so is Eric behind the camera.
Okay, down on this corner. A little bit. Down more. More than that. Keep going. Right there. And check the other side.
Yes. So with this system, we have 3 presets. We have one, which will be all the way on the ground. We have 2, which will be where we're gonna ride, our normal drivable ride height. And 3, which will be the high height, where if we go through a parking lot that's got big dips or whatever, we need lots of ground clearance, up she goes. So those are the 3 presets, and we're setting the ride height one right now. We test drove it like 3 blocks and it's already broken. May or may not be broken, but we definitely aren't getting any air in this bag right here. So it's sitting on the bump stops. We're gonna limp it home. The bags are safe on the bump stops per RideTech's measurements, so we should be fine and not compressing and messing up the airbag unless we did something wrong or something weird happened on the way here.
Who knows? Like those hoses are just push locks. There's a chance they could have pushed back out. Maybe we didn't get them in there good.
Who knows?
We don't know.
We tossed it together really fast to go on a test drive because the sun was setting, and so.
And Emily's out of town for 3 days, so we were just trying to get a drive in. And we did.
Oh, we did. We drove it.
But it broke down.
Now we're gonna drive it home a couple of blocks. But the truck definitely needs more work, and it's gonna get it. So adventure continues. Let's take her home.
Do it.
Wow, you guys, Garfield is feeling like an actual truck again. I don't know about you, but when we bolted these wheels and tires on, it changed the whole vibe of this truck. It totally makes the air ride fit now with these really sick set of wheels. We went with the Continental ExtremeContact Sport for the tires that we put on the truck. These are a great all-around tire for us. We've found that we use them on a lot of our vehicles and we thoroughly enjoy them. So these are going to hit the road and do wonderful for us. It always rains on Power Tour, so we got to be prepared. The interior of the truck is really looking so nice. The new gauge cluster just accents the dash so well, and the AC all installed and ready to go looks so sharp. We've done so much work in so little time, and now it is time to hit the road for our 5th year in a row going on Hot Rod Power Tour. This truck's going to be so much fun, and there are already so many people excited to see it in person.